It's been a very long time. Let me tell you what I've been doing. I Am Kloot played their last gig at the Royal Festival Hall on the South Bank as part of the Meltdown Festival. It was Guy Garvey's Meltdown Festival, and 2016, and that was our last gig. I don't think any of us knew that it was going to be our last gig, and it was, it's like hindsight or rose-tinted glasses, a bit of fucking nostalgia, but I think it was the best gig that we did. And we did it with, we did the whole of the Sky at Night album, and we did some extra ones at the end. And it was, we got a recording of it. You can see it on the, oh, well, you can't see it, you can hear it on the I Am Kloot website, on the .com, I Am Kloot. The recording's rough and ready. It was quite good, but you get it. And so that was our last gig, and we, like a lot of things with Kloot, we didn't really talk about what we were going to do, and we didn't really discuss the fact that we were going to do anything else. We just kind of went our separate ways. Just a little bit before that, I moved to London for love. I did. We got an offer, and it was it turned out to be a life-changing offer for me, because it was the offer from a chap called Peter Bowker, who is a great writer and a producer of brilliant TV drama. It's like a modern day Dickens, so to say, and I agree. He writes of the time we live in, and he's brilliant. And he's best mates with Chris Eccleston. Chris Eccleston was in a video, a couple of videos that we did, and I think it may well have come through that we got an offer to do the score for this drama that Peter Bowker was doing. It's called From There to Here, and it was all about Manchester and a family, running a family business, and the ups and downs of what happens when you do that. But it was set at the time where the IRA bomb went off in Manchester at the Arndale. And I moved to Manchester about 2 days before that bomb went off, and I was cycling around Manchester getting my bearings. I'd cycled down from Salford where I'd got myself a flat. I was cycling around Manchester, and then that happened. And so it was like a lot of things, I think, either with me or with Kloot, it was sort of forces at work. And so we got this offer in. It was kind of, I saw this email, and it was something that was like, didn't really register at the time. And I talked to Andy and John about it, and I was like, should we do this? And we were, we weren't really doing much at the time, and there was just no comeback came of it, I think around about that time, actually, the only comeback you got was if there was any money knocked around and it needed divvied up. But such is life. And but I was dead interested in doing it. I was dead interested in doing score for drama and TV and films and what have you. And so followed it up and got into doing that. And as it turns out, if I remember rightly, like a lot of this stuff, with a clouded memory, Johnny and I went out to London and we met everybody, and then we got on and did it. And Andy did some brilliant stuff, Johnny did some brilliant stuff, and I did some stuff, and I kind of took on sort of putting it all together and sending it to, you know, the TV company and Peter and what have you. And it was, and it all came together beautifully. And when it got all edited and all chopped together, and they finished the whole program, the 3-part drama, I'd in the meantime, because it takes a while to do that stuff, I'd seen the most amazing woman from Newcastle performing called Nadine Shah at a little club in Manchester. And a little while after that, I was invited by Nadine and her producer and co-writer Ben Hillier they needed a bass player, and would I play with them? They're going to do a tour around Europe. And so in the meantime, I went away and did that. And I was on the minutes to finish this whole score thing and then go away on tour with Nadine. Luckily, I think we were sat going over on the train at like, you know, Calais, and I got a phone call to say it had been signed off and it was finished, and I was like, it's a fucking good job, because I'm going. So that was all done. And when I came back from this tour, I went to like a premiere of the first episode of From There to Here. It was held at the Urbis in Manchester, and they had all of the cast and the director and the producer, Peter, and the writer, and they had a Q&A, you know, they showed the first part of the drama, and then they had a Q&A, and I went, you know, to watch it. Me and Andy went, and that night we went for a drink with the people who'd made it, and I met an actor called Liz White, and we got talking, and she invited me down to London the next day to go and see. It was From There to Here again, but it was down at BAFTA in London. They were having a show in there, and it was all like, man, that would be great. I'd love to go to BAFTA. I'd love to see that. But I was, you know, I was dead honest with Liz. I was like, I'm flat broke. I'm skint. I can't go. Which is very honest of me. I'm pretty like cursed with the old honesty. But as far as sort of chat up lines go, which I believe chat up lines don't exist anymore. But as far as they go, that was not the most devastating. So I couldn't go. I didn't go. But Liz was filming up in Manchester, and she was back up there a little while later, and well, long story short, I'm down in London. I live with Liz, and we've got 2 children. And I moved down here round about the same time as we did Kloot's last gig at the Royal Festival Hall, just as I'd finished touring with Nadine Shah around Europe and played bass recording with her on her second album, Fast Food. And I sort of relocated, and that's what I've been doing. When I was on tour with Nadine, and this is the whole crux of the matter, and this is kind of why I'm doing this, is that when I was on tour with Nadine, I played her some songs that I'd been writing, and I was playing the piano. I was kind of learning to play the piano, and I still am. And I was writing some songs, and I played them to her, and I played her a couple of songs, and she was like, right, we're on tour in Europe. I want you to play them songs before we play, you know, before Nadine plays. And she kicked my arse to play my songs, which I hadn't done before. And we were playing at brilliant little clubs all around Europe. you know, a place on the Reeperbahn be about, like, you know, the Beatles played there, of course they did. You know, it's be about 300 capacity. And every club around Europe, you know, they've all got a proper piano on stage. And so, yeah, Nadine kicked my ass to play this stuff. And I loved it. And I could see that it kind of worked. It worked with what Nadine was doing, and it worked with the audiences. And so I was inspired to write an album, and I wanted to get back to playing live, and then naturally, you know, over time, and Kloot been together such a long time, and it was beautiful. But we were together a long time before we were Kloot too, you know. I mean, my relationships, I've had no longer relationships with anybody in my life apart from my family than I have with Johnny and Andy. And so naturally, you know, we wanted to do different things. And John was a solo performer before I met him, you know, of some repute. And so now he is again. And so I was inspired by Nadine to get on with it. And so that's what I've been doing since I've been in London. I've been writing songs and getting together what I would like to do, the songs that I've been writing, and I've got it together. I've got it, and I'll have news for you shortly about what I'm going to do with it. I'm calling myself Peter Alexander Jobson, and I'm putting my middle name in it because I am pretentious, and I would like to think that somewhere along the way there may be an art grant available to me solely because I put my middle name in there. Since I played with Nadine, I played on Guy Garvey's solo record, and when we played live, I did a couple of my tunes in the middle of Guy's set as well, which was a great platform, and that went well, which was more encouraging. And then just after lockdown, it was the first tour that was out of the traps, that was when it was done like sort of military operation. And hats off to everybody involved with Elbow. What a crew, man. That we got through the whole tour, and I supported Elbow on that tour. Jessica Hoop was on, I was on, and then Elbow played, and it was just me singing and playing the piano. So I was very encouraged by the response from that. And so I've got it together to do my thing. And so this is me, right, coming to terms with social media, saying hello, and asking you to come and see what I'm doing and what I've done. And I'll have more specifics in the coming days and weeks. But suffice to say, it's taken me a long time. I'm very pleased with how things have come about, and I would hesitate to blow my own trumpet, and I would hesitate to laugh at my own jokes. I would suffice to say that I'm working with some wonderful people who I love very much and who are extremely good at what they do. And that, to me, is evidence enough that I'm on the right track and I've got it together. together, and I can't wait to share it with you. So I'm going to be talking to you loads. I hope that's okay. And this is it's probably as specific as I'm going to be, because bloody hell, I'm given to go off at tangents. But to be honest with you, I think tangents, that's where all the good things are, I think. So thank you for listening, and I shall talk to you soon. And I look forward to your responses, and I shall respond back. You know, it's give and take. So see you in a bit.